Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is time for Badger's Picks for the week of September 16th. Let's see who's free this week and what 4 champions I'm going to recommend. Free this week, it looks like we're going to get Aatrox, Anivia, Graves, Janna, Karthus, Lucien, Sona, Udyr, Yasuo, and Zack. As for my first recommendation for this week, I'm going to go with Karthus. Ever since his rework, we've seen him play it a little bit, and when I say rework, I mean visual update. But he does look much better, and I still find him very fun to play. And if you're one of those people who seems to have problems like closing games out and they seem to go for very long periods of time, he can become very important in the late game just due to his overall damage output. So if you're looking for a mid to try out that isn't played too often and now finally looks awesome, you might want to try out Karthus. My next recommendation for this week is actually going to be Yasuo. Now I know Yasuo isn't the easiest to play in some people's opinions, and I kind of agree with it, but this is mostly because Yasuo is the sky is the limit sort of champion. If you become very good with him mechanically and you just play him a bunch, you'll probably crush people's faces. But it does take a little bit of time to get used to, obviously, that playstyle and just using him correctly. So if you practice him a lot, the rewards can be quite great, which is why he's such a high skill cap champion. So if you want to try him out this week, he's free, give it a shot. My next recommendation for this week is just a champion I haven't seen too much lately. I'm going to go with Zack. I don't know why people aren't playing him. They did kind of tweak him a little bit. They did nerf him originally because he was a bit too strong, but Zack still has some great just things about him. He still controls top lane fairly well, depending on the matchup, but he doesn't do too bad. And his jungle isn't terrible as well. And he just brings lots of crowd control to team fights. So if you're always looking for extra crowd control, he's great for this, and I don't know why people aren't playing him quite as often. Also, when he does go into his passive form, it's very distracting depending on the enemy team. So if they focus him, then you can focus them, meaning that they are just attacking almost nothing while you can attack them. And as for my final recommendation for this week, I'm going to go with Lucien. Still one of the strongest ADCs in the game, and he still teams up with Braum incredibly well due to his passive and Braum's passive. They stack together very well. If you're looking for a power bot lane, there is one right there. The small tweaks to his range were unfortunate, but they did amplify some of his damage up a little bit, and he still finds himself in a very competitive place. So if you're looking for an ADC to try out this week, try out some Lucien if you still haven't played him. Those are going to be my recommendations for this week. Obviously, play any of the other champions that you want to try out this week while they are free. If there's a box around any of these champions right now, that means you can click on it and we'll take you to a build of some type for this champion. So go ahead and check that out. But other than that, just good luck out there this week on the fields of justice.